This is April 4th, and you can see that the downward channel that I drew yesterday actually broke through the upper part of it and is kind of trickling upwards. We are tracking the bottom part of this upward channel that has been going on for months. And so I would say the bulls are winning, but we are kind of at a critical point right here. We can see the SMAs are getting really close together here, and we've gone up quite a bit. So the MACD is high. I went ahead and did a long position here, which worked out really well. The first trade I made 275. And we are still kind of trickling upwards, but having that much upward momentum, it's a little bit scary as to like how far up is it going to go before it stops and goes down. All right, and then you can see I adjusted this channel here a little bit. The bottoms are here, and then the top is just 1 point up here. So this isn't the greatest of channels, but it might give us some idea as to where it might be going. So anyhow, kind of watching it at this point, it's definitely going up. The blue SMA is also very flat, so I would still say it's kind of in the territory of being, flat, not necessarily a great upward channel. The trend is pretty flat. So keep waiting for signs of a drop, and this might be one. I don't know. Kind of watching, but maybe not. All right, so I decided, nope, I think it's maybe going to go up a little bit further. You can see on the longer term chart, the 30-minute chart here, it is a great big green candle, and we've broken through the resistance levels that it had right there with the SMA. So I went ahead and got into another long, even though the MACD is really, really high right now. And just trying to be careful with it. I went ahead and put in an alert kind of where I thought maybe it would go, and it is right about here. So that's quite a bit of space upwards. I don't know that I'll wait all of that out. Kept going up here, and it got out here, and I made 525 now. So just pretty happy with where I'm sitting right now. Don't really want to make another trade unless it's a really, really, really good one. But note the time, it's 8:52. This usually gets me into trouble because it's not even close to opening bell yet. We're still a half an hour away. And so I sit here and I watch it, and I really, really, really want to make another trade again. So I remember my goal that I'm aiming for is like 500 minimum up to like 800-ish, so in that range. So I've made my minimum goal. I wouldn't mind making another one and getting a little bit more out of the deal. And I really don't see any reason not to at this point, because the trading day has just begun. I've only made 2 trades and everything's going really well. So I went ahead and got into another long position here because it just started to shoot up. And you can see that it dropped and then it started to gain momentum again. And even though these are really high right now, I do think it's got just a smidge more left to go. And we're almost to that point where I thought it was going to go. Okay, so I didn't do very well on that trade. I actually lost a little bit, and I got out here at a small loss. And now I've whittled my gains for the day down to 375, which is unfortunate. And also gets me into trouble because now I'm not done trading anymore because I still have more to make. So I'm kind of seeing that, yes, the MACD is really losing momentum here, as is the RSI. So I decided to do a short here. And it's looking good. Put my exit order in here. I switched to just doing one contract with the counter trend. I thought this would maybe be a better way to play this. So I'm in one contract here, but then as soon as it gets down to this point, I'm hoping to switch and do 2 contracts at that point going up. But it doesn't seem to want to drop very much. And here is where I noticed, like 30 seconds away from the opening bell, I lost my Wi-Fi again. And so I'm just really struggling with that the past few days. So I had to switch to another computer, and that kind of messed up everything. And I'm kind of in this trade where I don't know where it's going to go. And it's kind of unfortunate. So I go to trading on my phone when this happens as a backup. I don't like to do that because it's a little bit delayed and I can't always see all my data, but it's the safe way to get out of a trade. Okay, so I went over to the other computer and I can't remember exactly where we left off, but anyway, I'm currently in a long position here. And it has gone the wrong way a little bit, but the MACD is looking like it's going to turn and go up. I don't know, this does not look good. This looks like it might drop, and so does that. So I'm not real happy with the fact that I'm in a long position here. In fact, I went ahead and did a reverse here at this point. So this is a $350 loss for me, but I'm reversing and hopefully I will get some of that back. Okay, so I'm in a short here, and I'm just waiting for it to do its thing. It's 9:45 now, and as the blue line goes up, I follow it with the limit order. So that's a really, really big trade right there, and I'm in the green here, so that's good. Dropping, and I went ahead and got out there, I guess, because I'm sitting at a $287 profit at this point. I guess I kind of like freaked out when it started to go up and was like, ooh, I don't know if I want to be in a short anymore. Okay, so I'm watching it. And I decided that this was not a bad time to get into a long because we are definitely in an uptrend right now. It is just on the down leg of an uptrend, so kind of tricky trading. But this is a pretty big group of green candles right here, and the MACD is looking really, really good. So it's not a wholly bad trade. It's not the best of trades, but it's not all bad either. So I'm in a long position there. It went up, and I decided to be conservative and get out there. So I put in my exit order. So now I've gotten my gains back up to 512. And decided to do one more trade. Maybe even one more after this, I don't remember. So I did a short at this point right here. I kind of missed the peak there, but when it started to drop, I thought, okay, I think it's going to drop. I think it's going to go all the way down to this this alert that I set right here, or just above it. And you can kind of see it actually might even get down to this point. So I do think there's definitely room to drop. So I did a short here and waited and waited and waited and waited some more, and it just didn't want to drop. I haven't really gained or lost much of anything. And it was just teasing me. These lines come closer and closer together. When in draw, I drew a little bit of a channel, very small channel right here, just to kind of see what it's going to do. You can definitely feel the squeeze as these two lines come in together. We've broken through that gold SMA just a little bit on the top, but still it's not like really broken through. It's just testing it. Because the candles, I don't know, they just aren't getting past it. So I decided, all right, this is 10:20 now, and I'm getting tired of waiting. And if I get out right here, which is a very small trade, but it's $100. I mean, I will have made the 500 that I needed. So I'll be happy with that. So I got out, and here we go. Here's the trades for the day. Ended up being like 8 separate trades. Some of them are 2 contracts, and I think 1 or 2 of them are just 1 contract. So all together with the commissions taken out, I made $509.30, which is a 2% profit for today. So it ended up well, but it was a little sketchy there for a minute because of the Wi-Fi mostly. So it wasn't wholly my fault, and I feel like I recovered pretty well. So thanks for joining me.